do have everything in place for New Africa and the support. I'm gonna. Many of you may have read or heard. We sent out emails and information about some of the activities that I have, and I told myself, I said, I'm gonna stop taking for granted that everybody knows what we're doing on a daily basis. You know, and I really should. I'm doing myself a favor because people approach me all the time and speak to me as if, you know, I got a lot of free time on my hands. I'm like, you would be mentally and physically exhausted if you spent one day with me. This is a lot of my witnesses are true. Most people can't handle it. That's why I thank Allah for the good friends and brothers and people that are with me, that help me. Thank Allah for you because you're really special people. Especially Imam. He's a role model for our leadership. He's a student. He studied under Imam Mohammed, and he studies the environment and circumstance. He does what a leader does. He's looking down the road for us, and he's prepared. You know, he prepares himself well for the task that he has before him. You know, and there's many others like him. Last week we spent about a week as a guest of because of our association with Religions for Peace, with the Religions for Earth, which was a movement that was put together to bring attention to climate change in preparation for the climate summit that the president attended with the UN. And in short, I was blessed to meet with former Vice President Al Gore. Beautiful man. I read his bio before I went, and I let him know, and I was really, really impressed. And that a man of his stature and his interests, and reading his bio helped me see who he was a little bit better. But meeting him personally and shaking his hand and having a moment to speak to him showed me even more about him, that he knew my father and that he was a friend of Imam Mohammed, as many people knew him from a distance and knew him personally, knew the type of man he was. And there are a lot of good people in high places that we should really have hope. And I just wanted to say one thing, that one bit of wisdom that he gave during his keynote address. I could brag about the attention he gave me, things he said or whatever. Before he left, there was a room full of clergy. He mentioned 3 clergy. The last one he mentioned was me. You know, alhamdulillah, by name. And I met his beautiful wife and daughter that a lot of you are familiar with. And it was such a beautiful experience. He said to us that we should go from thinking local and take it to the global.
Yes, sir.
Same thing with us. Same thing with us. If we took a greater interest in the global concerns, global just means go from the lesser to the greater, in our community alone, then we would know that what Brother Wali Ali was saying to us is not no new thing. It ain't nothing to be afraid of. This same spirit, the spirit we find in this room today, it's all around. Allah is doing this. It's all around the country. You mentioned Imam Talib, you mentioned a couple other people. They're all talking about the same thing. We all on the same page. All we have to do is trust our leadership. We can't be guessing about what the other imams is doing. We need to support the imam that we have in front of us. And just ask him, what's next, imam? What should we do next? And we got all the help we need. We got all the help we need. And Allah blessed me to travel around, so I know what's going on in the community. I see and I hear what's going on. And I know what we want. And I know the steps that are being taken towards having it happen. But we all in our individual rooms, and we think we're alone, but we're not alone. We need to come together. You know. And Allah is going to do this. Allah is going to make it happen, inshallah. But I really enjoyed this weekend and the time we spent here together. And I want to commend those of you all that support the Mosque here. And we keep up the good work and keep the challenge ahead of us. And keep the pressure on us. Challenge us with things that you think might need to be done. Nothing petty. Let's think big.
That's right.
Let's think big like that car. I ain't never heard of no pro-time. To be honest with you. Yeah, Imam Mohammed, Imam Mohammed was all over the place.
All over the place.
Real busy. So if he was thinking big like that, where should we be?
That's right.
Yeah. He was one man. We represent hundreds
Give our
and thousands.
support to Warithudeen Mohammed II. That's our obligation.
And I give my support to anybody that's got a good plan and a program and willing to sit down and meet. And talk about it. We have to be professional. We can't argue, have these little ego competitions, because that's what holds us back more than anything. Is we need to go back. We need to listen to Imam Mohammed and practice the instruction he gave us. Take off these facades that we wear, and he said, go like the Hajj. And that's another thing. I met with a man that represented 57 countries. This man, you know, the average president or leader represents one country, right? This man, his organization is only second to the United Nations. Only second to the United Nations. That's a big man. That's a powerful man. When I was in the room, it might have been 20 of us in the room. So this was a small, private, invitation-only gathering. And it was after the meeting on climate change with the president, where they blocked off 12 square city blocks in New York City. Wow. Just to protect this area that we were in. Not just for us, but because it was around the UN, 12 square blocks around the UN. But we were in the heart of the area. We had to walk about a mile after we found a parking space. When I was in the room with this man, he asked his ambassador to get up from the couch where he was sitting and had me sit in his seat. Yeah, not just that. Not just that, and not that it was necessary or that was a need. He saw the person that I was. I was there to work and to get as much benefit as I could out of the room as I possibly can. You know, poor African Americans, they know we don't have no money. Most of those people were big shots. They were represented resources and they represented resources, and we represent a community, a poor community. I also was blessed to answer a few questions. He would ask questions. Each person in the room had the mic to answer the question, and then if he felt necessary, he would give a response to the question, his view. He finished the question, the last question of the day. He changed it. He said, I'm going to direct this question to this man. It was one man in the room. I don't know these people, but I know they people with great means and resources. I'm sure better educated, better abilities, more power, way more powerful than I was. But they're human beings. I never worked for a person, never been employed, never had anybody over me other than my parents. And they weren't domineering people. They gave me love. They weren't people like a lot of bosses we have trying to play God with money and stuff like that. I also, like somebody mentioned earlier, when Imam said when he met me, I was established. I had bought my home, had a family, my cars I bought, paid for them. My home was probably 90% paid for when Imam met me. And when my father passed, I bought my first house when I was 25, sold it for twice what I originally bought it for. And the house I live in today, I bought it. I have not taken a single penny as paid from the Mosque. I'm the biggest contributor to the Mosque today. Not any of the wealthy, rich people that I meet and shake hands with and run around with. They ain't paying me. They're not giving the Mosque nothing. Your poor dollars are the ones that support this, and my poor dollars, my few little dollars. So we, my wife, she put it good one time. She said they think, because I was puzzled at the attention that we get from officials and in our this little town we in. You know, I said, why are they giving us all attention? She said. She told them that we're savvy, you know, that we're not as big as y'all think we are. We small, you know. And in the light of things, we should kind of respect that as a community, that we are not as big as we think we are. When you this little like this, you ain't making no noise. I don't care what you do. You can explode in the air, and you ain't nothing. You have to work with other people.
That's right.
So we know believers, Christians, good people, activists, I don't care who they are, black, white, brown, green, whatever. If they're doing the work that we want to see done in our communities, we need to join them and support them and help them, and in turn they'll support us. So that's just good common sense, or else we just gonna disappear. That's why I take my camera with me everywhere. I said, you know, my resources are very limited. So I say, when I leave here, I didn't have a recorder with me. I can't even come back and tell my children what happened. And let alone 5, 10 years from now, they'll tell me the crazy old man talking about something he went to. And every time I hear it, the story changed. So I do a service. And at the end of the day, I'll pass my business card out. And I say, and here, by the way, the photos are free. You can go to the Mosque site, copy and paste.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and every now and then you might get an arrogant one that say, yeah, make sure you don't put the one in there with my eyes closed. I say, I already deleted it. You know, so I go there to give. I know I'm looking at probably billionaires and maybe even trillionaires. People with all kind of money, all kind of resources. Got more money than, if we put all of our money that we make from birth to death together in one big pot, it won't be what they make in a year.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't even fathom. You can't even imagine how much our resources are less than some of the people that really govern and decide on policy and things that really govern our lives.
That's right.
You know, we talk about slavery like it's some big mystery. All you gotta do is look in the mirror. Ain't too much happening different when it comes to the divide of power and resources than the plantation. I think some of our slaves on the plantation had it better than us. I think those of us that have held this in this life is probably way worse than any other. The slave will tell you, I take that whip over your life any day. You know, and that's real. This ain't joking. That's real. And those of us that's got it good have really got it good. We are blessed. And most of us in this room are truly blessed because we have something that is more valuable than the resources and the power that we fear that other people have and that we need to get. We got the truth. We have Allah. We have the tafsir of Imam Deen Mohammed. And we have clear guidance in the Holy Quran. Clear guidance and application. Real life, yeah. I mean, it's amazing. When little me, I'm sitting in the back room. I ain't on the panel. Clergy, all big shots. My father used to use this term, so forgive me, you know, for not knowing people's titles. Titles don't impress me. You have to kind of coach me and say, this man represents this, that, and the other. I understand that when they say this one man represents 57 countries, former vice, I know that power. I know what that means. All you gotta do is say this man worth 50 billion, $1 million. I understand that kind of power. But you know, I'm sitting in the back of the room. I raise my hand and answer a question. Maybe 1 or 2 questions. At the end of the day, I got people getting up out their seats, wanting to meet me and talk to me, and you know, pick my brain to hear. Where did I come up with that answer? They didn't ask me where I came with the answer. They got another question. They wasn't on the dais. They got another question. Well, where do you think we should go from here? Or what should we do? That kind of stuff. I'm like, that's Imam Deen Mohammed. Like, he's equipped us. All we have to do is stop being afraid. He's equipped us with the keys to all of any situation that we can run across for leadership, not the little small-minded stuff we doing, but the keys to handle leadership, real leadership. So if we ever get the nerve up to really do something big, like this brother say, produce a car or something, buy 1 million acres, that's what we need to be doing. That's what we should be. Because the door is open. It's wide open. It's not something that's out of our reach.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. It's not out of reach. We got people that that respect us, that trust us, that know that Allah is with us and Allah has blessed us. All we have to do is stay positive and keep our heads out of our minds out of foolishness.
Yes,
Yes. Don't out of the foolishness.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, stop acting like you know what they call us.
That's right.
Pardon my little mental illness.
That's what man told me. He said, I hear it every day in my house, white man. He said, I hear he turning bright red. When he started turning red, I said, I know he about to say something wicked. That's something. Isn't that something that Allah will put that on people? So you know the wrong you're doing, so you know they're gonna burn in hell. The ones that's wicked. Yeah. As soon as you start thinking a bad thought, your face turned bright red. I said, he about to say something wrong. I knew it. He said, you know what? I hate all Muslims because what I see. I said, no. But when he left happy. I didn't hurt him. I didn't insult him or anything. I could have said, I hate all hunkies. Get out of my house. I could have said that, but I didn't say that. Because it's not true. I don't. I love him. I love him. Allah blessed me to, it's not in my character. It's not in my DNA. I don't want to hurt nobody, especially people I don't know. You know, I don't know you that well. You got to, it's hard to make me hate you. When I remember when I told my friends on the block, I was a little boy, as a Muslim, everybody wanted to fight me. Piling up on me, fighting. They didn't even know me, you know. And I didn't hold nothing against them. Some of them became my friends. I'm like, so, you know, sticks and stones. Sticks and stones. You're not going to make me hate you. I'm not a hateful person. And we should live that way. You know, look at ignorance as for what it is. And let's get together and try to make something happen. Inshallah. We got everything we need. This is a miracle right here. Your products. This is a miracle. Your and our products. That's a brand. Everywhere I go, people feel at peace with it. They're attracted to it. They're comfortable. It's a brand. We could have your products, switchgrass or something. You know, our product, your product. Fuel. You know, fuel of the future. You know,
I'm going to help push you. Good
fuel for the new. What is it? The new proton. Fuel the new proton. That's your product. You know, alhamdulillah.
I will be selling it.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. So we're going to look forward to Savior's Day that's coming up. We're putting together a good program. We're going to be at the Marriott, near the Midway Marriott where we were before. It's an excellent venue for the program. And if we have ideas, now's the time to get on board for ideas for the program and things that we want to add to it. Yeah, well, that's about it. I want to stay here. And does anybody have any questions about anything or any concerns? I try not to gripe in public, but we dealing with the situation. I said, how is it that the county sent us a notice here? You know, this is on this property is commercially zoned, and we've been appealing since we've been here to apply for 501c3 because we're a charity. We've been a charity for many years, but we pay taxes here, and the taxes here are about $30,000 a year. And last month, because this is commercial zone, this area, but we also have had this property on the market because this is a piece of property that we own. We either pay taxes for it or we lose it.
Yes, sir.
So we were paying, long before we were using this building, we were at the Homewood Hotel, we were paying the taxes every month. So we said, you know, a smart person, one of our fathers over here, he said, hey, you should have kept your mouth shut. I was about to. Now he goes, he can. I was playing with you, yeah. But he's like a father here to us. He looks after all of our interests,
yes, sir.
And it's in his nature. He got a lot of grands and a lot of children. So he said, you know what? We need to use this building. We're paying the taxes. So we came over here, and it was the best thing we could have done for the Mosque Cares is to use this property. But recently they raised the taxes. We can't pay it. $22,000.
What?
$22,000.
$52,000.
And I said, how's that possible when we've had this building on the market for 6 years and we can't even sell it? We was gonna sell it and look for a better property where we can zone for tax and tax exemption and something that used the sales from the property to buy a place bigger and more equipped for what we need.
Yes, sir. Figure this one.
Oh, you know how they do it? Muhammad. My name is Mohammed, and Muhammad is on the sign out front. They're not going to admit it, but that's what that is. They're not going to admit it, but that's what that is. And we take a little bit, we take lemons and make Kool-Aid out of it. We make something delicious. We take a little or nothing. We do wonderful things, with amazing things. It blew my mind what we did here. So they think jealousy. You know, they hated the prophet because Allah said, don't be sad over the people's response and them not responding the way you want them to respond. He said they only hate you because you believe in me in the last day. That's enough. And that's usually more than enough to make a real enemy out of a person, a life enemy. They be like, why the hell he so righteous and why he got all this faith? Who is he? He ain't better than me. So they make a life mission to hate you because they don't understand your faith. They don't understand you. And I said the property values don't go up when they open a strip club across the street, do they? Does that raise the property values? No. They don't raise too. Does the property value go up when you get a vacant, abandoned building on 3 sides? The property over there is abandoned, the property over here is abandoned, and the property across the street probably always been abandoned. They had a for sale sign there as long as I've known. And if the expressway wasn't behind us, that'd probably be abandoned property. So this is, we find it. We went down. We did what we have to do. We go downtown and appeal it. And this ain't my pocket change. The Mosque is my charity. I don't get nothing but blessings for this. And that's all I want. I would never want anything more than Allah's blessing and His approval of our good work here. So for those that enjoy hating me, it ain't hurting me. If this go tomorrow, I will wake up tomorrow morning with the same spirit and the same drive. The sun will still be shining, and y'all might have to come and get me and bring me back. I'll be taking as a sign for my lives that I can rest a little. I might gain a few more pounds. I'm already fat. I might get fatter. But y'all don't want that. Yes, sir. Wa alaikum assalam, Brother Daniel. Good to see you.
Good to see you, my brother. I just wanted to correct, since Brother Wali referenced me in the context of you and something he's presenting, I just wanted to correct our brother publicly and make sure I had your support in this too.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned that we had partners that we would offer them 50%. It'll have to be less than 50%. That's right. We can offer them 49%.
There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do business. When people start talking about money and business, your gear is supposed to be trained. Your ego ain't supposed to get involved. You're supposed to start doing some math right now, and then come bring something to the table. And we can do it. We got a lot of talent here. Yeah, alhamdulillah. That's business. That's business, and that's how you make progress. And that's how you make progress. And we can do it. We can do it. All you have to do is say we have to. That's how I am. Ask my wife. She called me obsessive compulsive, but I'm like, don't tell me I can go that way if you want me to stop. You don't want me to go all the way. Don't tell me I can go over there, because I'm gonna go over there for all I can get, and that's how I am. And I ain't gonna stop being that way. If y'all don't want it, I'm gonna get it on my own, inshallah. I'm gonna die trying, And Allah bless me every time I make a good effort. Like Wali said, when you commit yourself to something, you ain't gonna. It's nothing else can happen. Allah is a God of justice, and He's gonna reward you full for your efforts. That's right. Yeah. So we should look into that switchgrass thing, and if there's anything we can do, we poor. We worse than poor. Yes, sir. That's what we got. But the charity here is kind of funny. When we ask for charity to fundraise, it's hard as heck to get money. Yes, but if there's a crisis, then the money come pouring in, so we might have to create some prices. This is true. This is true.
I heard
a lot. That's her.
Let me ask you something. The tax originally, before they slapped that 22 up, was 32?
That's like 30,000. It's like close to 30, close to 3,000 a month that we pay every month. And by the way, this ain't no insult or not. The money we collect in these baskets, it could go to the lights, but we don't turn the lights on but once a month, maybe once or twice a week, maybe twice a week. It don't pay the taxes. The Mosque Cares is national, international. We get support thanks to Allah. Imam Mohammed has supporters from all around the country, even some out of the country. But all of them poor people. $5, $10, $20, $50. Ain't no big money. Now back in the 60s, we could have built a nation with them $20 bills. But today, that pay the taxes. That's about it.
Who we have to pay to? Cook County or Hazelcrest?
Cook County.
Oh, we dealing with Cook County. Got you. I got you.
Yes, sir. Don't do nothing to them. Don't do a lot. He gonna put a tax on them. I don't do that.
No, I'll take care of it.
But we working on it. Allah is merciful.
Yes, sir.
This is a learning spirit. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. We're gonna fight it. We're gonna fight it, and Allah, and we're gonna fight it, knowing that Allah has something better in store for us.
Oh yeah.
He gonna either correct the wrong that's been done, or he gonna give us up twice as good.
That's how it is.
That's a fact. I know it. I believe that.
We fight.
Yeah, I put my word on that. That's what we have in store. We got more good. All I've been seeing is good. Alhamdulillah.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
But you gotta keep in mind that this is a commercial zone, so they expect you to make money here.
There we go.
See?
That's the next meet we should be having.
Yeah.
How can we make some money here? I've been
This is a
talking
commercial
about
zone,
it.
So you need. That's why they want you to pay taxes, because you're supposed to be making some money.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta make some money.
Yeah, we can make some money, and we still have a warehouse back here.
Yes, sir.
And but we need money. But we don't have that at our disposal. If we had maybe $20,000-$30,000, we could build a kitchen in here, and then we can start a food service. And we already selling meals, but we can even lease a rent space. We can do something with the food. We can also build a cage, a security cage in here, and store products of some value and do distribution. Because a lot of us ain't, I'm busy, but a lot of us don't have nothing to do. We can sit in here and we can pay somebody to sit in here and package products and sell products. Things that are easy to ship, things that we don't have to do too much work. And the sky's the limit. You ain't got to fly to China. They got something called Alibaba now. You can get a good deal on anything. You ain't got to fly to China to have China. My wife and I, we were shopping there before they went public. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
They giving away properties all the time. For that kind of money, you can rehab a building.
Right.
And being tax exempt, I don't know how it's written up.
Right. That's what we've been trying to do for 6 years. If anybody ever look and see this building that's on the market, it's been on the market for that reason, because we throwing away $3,000 a month. Basically, we supposed to be tax exempt. So we've been trying to do that for 6 years. As soon as if we sell the building, then we had the money to purchase a building. We don't have the money to purchase a building. Right. That's what a lot of people don't understand. And when we have these programs we have, the registration pays for it, and we budget them and we plan. And a lot of times Allah has blessed us. I can't say lucky, because Muslims don't believe in luck, but Allah has blessed us to not lose. We haven't lost on any of our programs. But the money we make is it's no real money. Whenever we do make some money, we do something with it. If we made an extra $10,000-$20,000, we put into this. We did this rehab with little profit we made before. But usually it ain't $10,000-$20,000. It's $2,000-$3,000, and $2,000-$3,000 that's taxed for next month. Ain't no money. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just some smart people that know how to manage money, and Allah has blessed us to manage money. Yeah, and not waste money.
Well, my mother was next, and I'll go, inshallah.
Yes, ma'am.
One of the concepts that Imam Mohammed was aiming for at the property in Chicago Heights was that those believers who had products, that made products or had, inventory and different things, he wanted everyone to have certain sections, and he wanted it open every day. And then you come in and you sell your product, your product. Right.
That's where I got that idea from.
That was his suits, everything he wanted that, so the believers can make income.
That's our business initiative. I can read you off the website verbatim. I can read you verbatim what you just said off our website. The Your Product Mosque Business Initiative. That is our program. Y'all hear what she said? That is the Your Product. The only difference is we took it out of that building in Chicago Heights, and we took it to another level. It's on the internet, and the idea is that we have a market. The Mosque represents a market that's really worldwide. It's nationwide mostly. That we have a market, and our name is known. People trust us. So what we do is we take your product. Let's say you make juices. What you would do, and let's say it's Mohammed's your name, right? Sharif. You still Sharif. Yeah. Sharif could be bold on the bottle, but if you have